Let's go. Heck yeah, that's legit. I love it. Yeah, her chicken nuggets are fucking amazing. Pixie, she says I'm here driving. Oh, all right. Be safe, be safe. So the kitty's better. Yes. Then eats a large part of a Ziploc bag. Oh, that yes. Okay. Hey, Sean, don't feel bad. Sock, the black cat that we have, loves plastic bags. Like if you leave one out, done. A Watergate salad. What is a Watergate salad? Which one is that?
A whole bunch of stuff.
It's a crazy version of my green jello. Yeah, okay. Except oh, and one of the bun cake molds. Yes. Yes. I understand. Okay, I got you. I know. Yes. There's. I'm telling you, every man. It's been a rough. Hopefully nobody. I don't want to say this with anybody. It's been a rough day for animals. Let me tell you that. It is some news. A lot of people and animals are unfortunately. A lot of people are going through it. Unfortunately, let's just say that. All right. Let's see. So far, what is the Ziploc bag does? Yeah. How much did Sean? How much of the Ziploc bag did the cat get? Like a shit ton, or just like a corner? Like how much are we talking of the Ziploc bag? Me down, leave this town tonight. There we go. Pineapple, whipped cream, walnuts, cherries, mini marshmallows, and a pistachio jello. Okay. That is no mold, just a bowl. Okay. A good corn. Oh, like a 6 foot. Dang, that's okay. That's a lot. That's a lot of plastic for kitty. Yeah, dang. Time flies differently in the sky, but by the time they turn to look at us, we're already there. What Emily? What is Emily coming in all philosophizing and shit? What is happening right now? Time flies differently in the skies. By the time they turn to look for us, we're already there. Take a look around. For listen court. Oh, the fur babies. Okay, I'm sorry. I was making a joke about that. Damn, I feel bad now. God damn it, Wise. See, I didn't know. Yes, 100% to those who lost. To those who lost their fur babies this week. His spinning on a surgery for a blockage would drive me up a wall and a wow. That would be I don't even what that'd probably cost at least like $3,000. I don't even want to talk about. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna hear some and then they're gonna hopefully hog it up. You know what I mean? Hopefully.
Shove a charcoal pill down their throat.
To get it to get plastic bag up? Oof. I don't know. So, alrighty then. Yep. Yeah. Because he ate something. Yeah, I remember that. That was rough. So, all right. Who is okay? First off, I have to say this is hang on. Okay, let's see who's here. We got Sean, we got Belle, Pixie, Carissa's still here. Did y'all see Carissa's freaking book sweater t-shirt collection today? Fucking jelly. That shit was jelly. Nah, this was last night anyways. Way too late for vomits. Oh Lord. Yeah, so see, hopefully it'll poop it out. Hopefully it'll be a nice poopy to poop, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. But no, Carissa posted a little tiki-taki today with her collection of shirts. Like, what the hell, girl? Like that ass. Shit's legit. Legit collection. They're like, be right back. We're gonna go check it out. She's like, oh, I'm just being honest. You got some legit shirts and some cool-ass fucking sweaters. Legit ones. I'm not gonna lie. All right. That wasn't even all of them. Then we need a part 2. I demand a part 2, if possible. If that's a demand you're willing to let me make. You know what I'm saying? You love me saying? We demand it if you want to do it. We demand if you want. You know, we're all about choice here and shit. You know, God forbid in 2026 people have a choice. But please, here, I'll make a deal with you. Here we go.
Rune Danon, Crown Prince of the Valbaran.
I do have my gavel. My gavel is right over there. I do. Are we bringing a court case up? Do we have a case really quick? We got quick court? Do we got quick court? Oh no. She said ask for a button to her. Oh, are we? So I need the right? Exactly. That's what I said. See what I mean? You see what I mean? She's got so many freaking cool ones. Like, legit. We need the source. Give us your source. No, I'm just playing. But seriously, part 2. We need to check them all out. All of them. It can be a 10-minute long video. It's okay. It's okay. So since Sean was here. Emily, fun fact, Mr. Raz. Oh, that's the legit. Mr. Raz is a winner. He's a keeper so far. We like him. We like Mr. Raz. He's a good dude. We like him. Sean, are you going to be here all night, or are you busy? You got they're saying you need to be the button man. Button man, the button man. Do you know the button man? Button man, do you know? You stopped really quick, and then I thought we was gonna go, and then you stop. Stibbity stop. Do you know the button man? Well, I mean, I was going with it, and then you jumped in. Not the gumdrop buttons. Ah! Can we test Rowan? What do you mean test Rowan? You just want to test him?
Yeah.
Oh, Lisa, thank you for the gifts. It seems to be working, my love. It seems to be working.
Oh no! Someone made it bigger!
That's what she said. Literally. It's what feral. Y'all are feral. It's hilarious. We had to make sure we go. Are you sure it's working? It's really no way, Vague. Is it really? Hang on. Let's check again, Vague, just to make sure. How about now? Is it working now? How about right now? Oh no, it's also showing a black box for Allie Grace as she drools. Man. Yeah, no, still blank, huh? Still blank, yep, okay. Well, dang. I guess it's a little glitchy. It's a little glitchy. Man, I guess it'll just have to be glitchy. Another button? Maybe. I'll tell you what, we'll try one more.
Check the ratio or the wingspan of the mugshot button.
Maybe, you think that one? Here. Maybe here. Maybe this one works better. What's up, Baba? Thank you. Yes. Excuse me if you haven't noticed. Liz has completely revamped our look and style, both on the tiki-talkie. I'm at work, so oh, no worries, Bobby, no worry. I appreciate you just dropping in when you can. But yeah, as you see, Liz has revamped everything. She made a whole new layout on the tiki-talkie and the YouTube. It's a little bit better, hopefully, for everybody to see. If you'll notice here, as you see, we got Rune. We got Rune here. We moved Rune in the back because apparently him and Jack Barlow, when I was punching Jack kept trying to beat Rune up, and we didn't want him to get fucked up. Pardon my language. Hey, Bobby, you have been in the fan club for 100 days. Thank you so much. So we moved Rune. See, now he's back over here. He's protected right there by your goal too. That's your record. I know you can't read my ugly handwriting. It's 150, 151, like the rum. And then yeah, as you see here, we still have our this is our donation, our goals and stuff. So. Working on a secret project. What project are you working on, Carissa? Ooh, I want to know. I tell you what. Pineapple juice. Please tell me you're rehearsing. Rehearsing what? Wait a second.
Dance.
My dance? Look.
100K dance.
Okay.
Video for you.
What? You have a video for me? Okay, hang on. Okay. So, are we talking about that one? The trend dance? No. Okay, so I know we have to do a dance about like the one Emily did the other. I'm calling everybody out. Listen, just so everybody knows, and I need to say this too. Listen, guys, I love everybody that follows me, but thank you, y'all are amazing. But we gotta make sure that everybody else that posts videos too, we gotta make sure we send them the love too. Okay, so if I see your video, I do freaking look, and I try to get to everybody's. But Emily, she did the dance and she's like, but I know there's a video me and Liz have to redo, and it's that one. Okay. And then now you're saying there's still another dance I have to learn? And then she's got a crazy look in her eyes. But then I also owe you the long version of the chokehold video. Okay? I owe you the chokehold. It's a dance live when you hit 100K. Oh, I haven't seen that one yet. No, I haven't seen that one. But yes, I owe you a chokehold. But again, I have to be 100% honest, okay? It's going to be a complete reshoot, and it might not be the exact same because I don't remember the steps, because y'all know me. I fucking wing it. So, but I will get you a full, longer edition version of chokehold with all the books in front. But it's not going to be, all right. And then this is what I have to do. That's a lot of dance moves. Okay.
So you gotta practice now.
That's a lot. I might not come up. How about this? I might come up with my own dance. I might come up. We'll have to. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe. That's a lot of moves. That's a lot of flipping and flapping. I don't know if my joints can handle. Did you see that kid was flexible? Why am I tripled on your screen? Holy shitballs, Batman.
I don't know.
That was wild. Yeah, okay. So anyway, we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Okay, hey, what's up, Cran? What's up, Red? Hope everything is good, brother. Emily, knock him up with that video. Emily or Nisha, Dan.
What?
I know. Why is
it 3 times?
But I think that's what... Oh, I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. Somebody the other day on the last live, I'm gonna have a burp. Hang on. On the last live, I was sitting there talking, and then for some reason, it flashed on the tiki-talkie just on them to the starting soon screen, but they could completely hear us talking. But it was in the middle of me reading. So it was crazy. I don't know. He's just getting my house ready to put on the... Oh! That was Belle. Okay, yeah, it was Belle. Red, you're moving. Oh, I hope it's a good reason to move, like we're wanting to, or you know what I mean? Hope it's good reasons to move. Sometimes moving sucks and you don't want to. Hope it's a good move. Nice. Good. Always like good reasons to move and stuff. That's what we want to hear. What's up, love? Nice. That's awesome. Looks good. Super shiny. Nice. It's going to be awesome. Ooh, I see. Big difference. Love it. Nice. Okay, so is Sean still here? We're going to figure out. Sean, are you here? Are you here? No, we're pseudo-retiring and going to travel the country. Okay. Hey, respect it. I'm excited to move in August, but also not Emily. Whoa, Emily's moving in August. Okay. Dang, everybody's moving. Sean just moved. Red's about to move. Emily's moving in August. I don't want to move anytime soon. Yeah, right? I don't want to move. Right? That'd be crazy. Okay. So we got to find who's in charge of the buttons. Who is in charge of the buttons? Oh, I was hoping P was going to show up tonight. I'm glad we got proof of life that the Flat Daddy Rune was okay. The hubby's new job. Oh, heck yeah. Legit, New York. Way too much city for me, but I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, oof, way too much city for me. That's way too many people for me. I don't like people that much. Got a 4K square foot house to pack. Ooh, good Lord. Oh, speaking, okay. Mid state. Okay, that's cool. All right, Sean is not answering, so I'm guessing Sean is going to be too busy for the buttons. So Who wants to be in charge of the buttons? Because y'all got to pick one. Full storage shed. Oh, man, that's Lord. Yeah, right. Start now. You're the one that I love. You're the one I love. I am singing Grease, and I don't know why. It just came into my head.
Zachary and Edwin from Boy Crowd sung Hopelessly Devoted while laying on each other's laps.
Well, there you go. There you go. There you go. Okay, wait a second. Ooh, Belle said, what? No, hang on. What? Allie says the guy. Ooh, nice. Okay. Belle said Red is on the buttons. I don't know if Red's sticking or Red, are you sticking around, Red? I don't know if you caught up to us yet. I don't know. Or otherwise he like, fuck it, I don't give a shit. I don't know. Is Red, is he taking it? He said not at all, but I'm here for the brother. I don't want to. I mean, I know you're here for the vibes, but I don't want to spoil the story for you. I don't know what's going. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to jack anything up, and we're getting about to be to that spot. I just want to be 100% honest with you, unless it's not a story you're interested. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, because we just got through some serious shit, and it's about to get to the more serious shit. You know what I mean? I just want to keep it 100% with you, because if you're going to read this, it's really fucking legit. It really is. So you might want to... Okay, cool. So you probably not remember all of it, at least, hopefully. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure, my friend. Just want to make sure. All right, so for anybody new here, if you don't know, excuse me, this is how it works. Every 5K, you earn a button. What is a button? A button is it's a button. You'll figure it out when you see what a button does. All right, every 5K, you earn yourself a button. Right now, you're about to earn 2 buttons after this last 500 you come up get. Then, as I go on and I start reading, I'll set a goal. If you hit the goal with that many likes, you earn a full button tour. You get all of them. But if during the selection of the buttons, there are 2 chode buttons. If you hit a chode button, the buttons get reshuffled and everything starts over. So, do we have any questions? Hope not. If not, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, voices of all ages, let's get ready to get into Kingdom of Claw. We'll be doing chapters 55 to 59 tonight. The buttons are numbered 1 to 14. 1 through 14. Now, speaking of buttons, since you're new here, we will give it. Remember, there is one safe button. There is one safe button that never moves. It is always there. Okay? The only thing about that is you can only use it 1 round. You got to make another guess before you can go back to the safe button, okay? So you can't use it 2 rounds in a row. But if you forget and you're not sure, you can pop a safe button and then jump it out. That is right. Yes, number 1 is the safe button. So, right now, Red, you got 2 buttons to get us started before we get into reading tonight. How do you want to kick us off? Let's do it. Yes. He said 3 and 13. Here's 3. And 13. Allie, you need Allie. Allie, he's coming over in a little while. You need to save some moisture, my friend. Save the moisture. She said, rare next question. Wait, what? Rare? What do you mean rare next question? What are you talking about? What does that mean, Belle? Hey, look, I'm just looking after your health. We are a very equal opportunity thirst traps up in this channel, okay? We got something for everybody. As long as they're in our fantasy books. That's all they got to be in our stories. If they're in our stories, you're going to eventually get to them. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's get into it. She def meant raw. Y'all are funny. Oh, no worries. No worries. Thank you, Carissa. Have a good time. Don't forget our videos. Short videos. Speaking of that, look at that. If y'all, yes, yeah, I'm wearing a Rune God darn Danon video shirt. Yes, that's right. Rune Danon, Crown Prince of the Valbaran Fae, the most underrated character, I believe, in every book I've ever read thus far. Just gonna say that. All right, let's get into the story tonight. I've been yippering and yappering all night. What chapters are we on tonight? I am doing 55 to 59. 55 to 59, and they are, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be a short night. I think there's only like 20 something pages. He's your Man Crush nice, I love it. Man Crush Monday shirt, since I'll be leaving for no worries. All right, I was hoping P was gonna get here, but she didn't. All right, you're at 12K. We're gonna start reading, so we're gonna make it really easy. Oh dang, you just hit 13. All right. We'll make it 25K. 25K is your goal for a full button tour. Get to tapping while you enjoy chapter 55, Kingdom of Claw. Kalazgard. Over there, the barkeep told Ray, nodding to the man in the dark corner of the split skull. Kalazgard's mead hall hadn't changed in 5 years since Ray had last visited. Same scared long tables, same crumbling hearths, but the bust of Ivar Ironheart chipped and cracked from years of target practice. He paid no heed to the head swinging his way, his gaze focused solely on the old man clutching his horn of ale as though it was the elixir of life. Ray had a moment of doubt. Hang on. Why did it? Okay, yeah. Ray had a moment of doubt. Could this man truly provide a reliable description of the serpent? He'd been reluctant to leave Scylla alone at Harpa in the wake of the wolf feeder's attack, but they needed to hear what Balya Greylocks had seen. Vig had assured him Runny and trusted friends watched the narrow valley, the long route in and out of Kalazgard. If any suspicious warriors were to enter, they'd soon find an avalanche crashing down upon them. With that in mind, Ray had begrudgingly relented to leave Scylla at Harpas for an hour. While he and Vig rode into Kalazgard to question the man who'd seen the serpent. Old man, thank you for the gift, sweet roll. Old man Balya been spouting tales of late. He said the barkeep pouring ale from a jug, but he can't tell a door from a wall. Handling the filled horn to Vig, the man glanced at Balya, but telling all who would listen they'd seen parts Savangrammer about these parts. These fucking words, The man chuckled, shaking his head. Methinks, muttered Ray, turning back to Balya. The hungry serpent that help our cause. Vig's words dripped with sarcasm. Ray did not respond as they made their way to Balya Greylocks. As the name would suggest, the old man had a shaggy head of gray hair, and he watched them with steely eyes as they approached. Greylocks, said Ray with a nod. I am Axe Eyes, and this is Twig Arms. Words are hard sometimes, especially when they're in a foreign language. I'm just saying. Plus, I can't read. So good. Strong Arms, Vig protested. Rainier, Ray ignored him. We've heard you say a disturbing sign. Might we share a cup with you and hear it for ourselves? The man drank deeply. Here to ridicule me, are you? No, said Ray. We only wish to hear what you saw. Baha did not reply, watching them with suspicion. There have been attacks in the area, Balia, said Ray carefully. Vig and I are investigating. One woman killed, another missing, along with a young boy. Balia let out a heavy breath. 'Twas Savagramma, I swear it to you. Long a 10 stallions strung together with scales of glistening blue and long white fangs, but its eyes... The man's gaze grew distant. They were red as blood. Where did you see it? Asked Ray. The man had a haunted look. Was on my way home from the mead hall when I saw it just first beyond the stockade walls. First I thought it was too deep in my cups, but it turned out and locked eyes on me, and I knew it was real, that I was as sober as a newborn babe. What happened next? Prompted Vig. Startled away, Balia muttered, turning his attention to his ale. Vig and Ray shared a knowing look. Freydis was killed, Ray tried. Valia and Astrid have vanished without a trace. We wish to give their families some peace. Prevent anyone else from being harmed. Balia seemed to chew on these words, but did not reply. No one has seen the creature except you, Balia. We must know precisely what you saw. No detail is too small. It is a matter of life and death. X-Eyes and I are northerners through and through, Vig chimed in. Ray watched his friends, a warm wave of gratitude filling him. He was glad Vig was here, glad they were doing this together. Camaraderie. We are friends to all Isildorians, continued Vig. You can trust us with details that might otherwise draw troubles to your doorstep. Balia's eyes looked them both, taking another long drink of ale. Whipping his mouth on the back of his hands, he leaned in. No, certain, I believe it myself. With a shake of his head, Balia muttered in a low voice, Ice spirits. Ice spirits, repeated Ray nimbly. Balia continued, waving his hand in a mad gesture. Whole cluster of them swarmed in on him. The beast stopped in its tracks, snarled and yapped at him. But they was persistent little hissers. And he soon turned tail, moved without grace as though it were encumbered by its great size. But when it slid into the river, it swam away right quick. Balia's voice grew faint beneath the rush of blood in Ray's ears. The bench swayed beneath him as he grappled with his thoughts. The ice spirits had been visiting Scylla in the increased numbers. A dozen or more had played in the bushes while they sparred that morning. Why would they seek her? Did it have something to do with the serpent? A pit opened in Ray's stomach. Thank you, Balia. Ray pushed abruptly to his feet, ignoring Vig's perplexed look. He heard all the need to. Right now, there were more urgent matters. We need to get back to Harpus. Oh, and there we go. How do we... Ooh, 19K. A little bit short, but that's okay. That's okay. So, oh shit, what did we start at? I didn't even remember what we started at. What did y'all start at? 10? Or 15? 10. You started at 10. So you get... You started, yeah, at 10. So you get 1... I sound like I have scurvy. What do you... I need some citrus. I need some citrus because of the scurvy, I tell you. All right, I was a little bit too piratey on that one. Okay, I got it. Too piratey. All right, what button you want, Red? What button you want? Y'all got one button. I want to thank everybody for the gifts. I appreciate it. He said, all right, I went a little too piratey. All right, I was trying to be an old asshole, but I was too piratey. I was old pirate. He said, all right, he said 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
My name is Chode Barlow.
Oh no, we got Chode Barlow. Oh no. All right. Well, we're going to move these ones around, unfortunately. All right. There we go. There we go. All right. The buttons have been moved. Oh, you just hit 20K. 20K there. All right. You get a new button. New button. All right, Red. Let's start out with a winner this time. Start out with a winner here before we get chapter 56 going. My love. Come on. I know. I'm willing you to a good button. He said he's going safe this time. He says he's going safe. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Rune Danon, Crown Prince of the Valbaran Fae.
Why? There's two of them. There's two of them. What do you mean there's two of me? What does that mean? What does that mean there's two of me? What is happening? Is it getting all crazy again? Is the shit getting crazy again? What is happening? 3. Oh, did your screen go to like Liz's did earlier, where you got 3 screens? He Red's like, I don't know. He good on my side. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what it is. It's Are you on the PC, DW? Are you watching me on Tiki-Talkie on the PC? Is that what happening? Are you on the Tiki-Talkie on the PC? Did DW inherit the glitch? Do I bring like a glitch on the Tiki-Talkie and streaming or something? Like, what is happening? On your Mac. Okay. See, Liz is on her Mac too. Liz is on a Mac as well. I wonder if something is. What are you doing? Oh, hang on, folks. She gonna make an adjustment. She making an adjustment. I don't know what adjustment she making. All right. What are you trying to figure out?
Vertical sources.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Brittany, what's up? What's up? I'm just tapping and vibing and drinking. They keep vibing, and I wouldn't notice.
Because he's here twice, right? So this is what I want to. I want to go to, but if I click here, you're
gonna change. You're gonna change.
YouTube.
Yeah, it should be YouTube screen. Yeah, you should be fine. Yeah, okay. YouTube's changing. She's trying to figure something. She noticed she has something. Wise, I have 3 of you. This has happened. Are you on a PC too? Pixie, are you watching on P? That is so crazy. If you are. Because then it looks like, for some reason, the PC... I don't know. PC with... I guess for some reason on PC and TikTok, it decides to triple up. Triple the rhythm, triple the rhyme. Boys, wise. That reminds me of that Rock of Ages. Y'all remember that? Yeah, if y'all saw that, the movie Rock of Ages, the musical. The Z Boys, triple the Z, triple the boys, triple the Z's. What are you? She's moving stuff around, folks. I have no idea. So I'm just going to wait. Y'all get free tippy tappies on the screen right now. That's what's happening. You're giving them free tippy tappies. All right. She's back here. Oh, now there's only one rune. Did you fix it? What happened?
I don't know if it's usually the TikTok thing.
No, that's a TikTok. That's a TikToky thing. That's a TikToky PC thing, apparently. So, yeah. I don't know. Boom, boom,
but
boom.
I fixed that room.
There you go.
Twice,
Okay.
So there's
okay.
paste versus reference.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying. And then it looks like, I don't know, is it me or is Ernisha? He says she's coming a little bit off.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Like, sorry, Timmy. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I don't know. Okay. Anywho, All right. P says she's coming in a while. Okay, no worries. No worries. I hope she's not having to work late. That would be crazy. Having to work late. That would suck. All right. I think we're going to get going. If things pop in, Timmy! If things pop in and out on the screen, that's just this beautiful one right here. She's playing with her new stuff. Did everybody see my Timmy video today? Timmy's video today. Just so you know, if you haven't, please go check out the Timmy's video today. He will be doing all the Chode review chapters from now on. Just so y'all know, because I can't deal with Jonas at all. That fucking guy. Anyway, digressing. So, once again, if you're over there on the YouTube, your screen might be changing. That's just Liz having fun, changing things around. You like Timmy's reviews? He got to take over because I can't handle him. Oh, it's so much. Loaded another Haunted Live. All right. So, okay. Let's get going. Chapter. Oh, you're done? There we go. She finished. Okay. See, she finished. No worries, guys. That's what she said. Ooh, God damn it, baby Jesus. Anyway, all right. Chapter 56. Kingdom of Claw. Let's get into it by Demi Winters. All right. The air was so cold it burned Scylla's cheek, each breath like tiny knives in her lungs, yet she still plodded, step after step. Along the pathway to the glacial terraces, thankful for the trees that sheltered from the brutal wind. Today you will fetch melt water from Yokel's lake. Harpa had told Scylla, handing her a bucket. Why? Because she said so and she's the teacher. Asked Scylla before she could stop herself. Harpa's glare was like that. Harpa's glare was so like her grandson Axe Eyes. Scylla wanted to laugh. You agreed not to question my methods, did you not? I believe this will help tease out your blade breaker skill, and so you will do it. Scylla had chewed on her lip, but the giant serpent. Do you not trust me? Harpa had folded her arms over her chest, a challenge in her gaze. I do, said Scylla slowly. Harpa might not be the best at explaining the way, but Scylla had to admit her methods were effective. Go now, said her mentor, nodding at the door, and with a sigh, Scylla had surrendered. Accepting the bucket, she wordlessly stepped through the wards and begun her trek up to the glacial terraces. As she climbed, Scylla glanced over her shoulder frequently, but thankfully found no sign of the serpent. The lush pine forest of the lower mountains soon dwindled to scrappy fir trees amid thick drifts of snow, and soon even those sparse trees fell away, and there was nothing but snow fields so wind-blown in places black rock had been exposed. The wind stared up in earnest, and Scylla pulled her scarf higher. Yokel loomed before her, giant stacks of blue-tinged ice as far as the eye could see. From a distance they had such graceful shapes, all nestled in the curve of Yokel's mountain. But up close the rugged shape of the ice was apparent. Jagged peaks and rock cracks. Ice spattered the shapes over centuries. As she neared, the cold seemed to fade. Scylla felt small, humbled when faced with things of such magnitude. Beneath the low terrace, the ice below the low terrace, the ice arched around the dark opening. A heavy lip of snow jutted out over an entry. A cave, it seemed. But hadn't Harpa mentioned a lake? Scylla surveyed the barren landscape, stretching between her and the ice cave, gaze falling on a wind-swept path of ice. Clearly the lake was frozen solid. Had she misheard Harpa's instructions? Scylla made her way to the entry of Yokel's cave, where the trickle of water met her ears. With a deep, bracing breath, she ducked under the snow shelf and entered the cavern, and gazed about her in a complete wonder. The tunnel was more brilliant blue than the most beautiful cloudless sky. The light diffused from the rippling glacier roof, and Scylla found she could not look away. Her gaze traced and built the crest of each undulting wave. And there was a rhythm in this place, like the flow of an ocean trapped for eternity. With a shake of her head, Scylla set to her task. A small stream flowed along the black rocks on the cavern floor. Part of her itched to explore the cave, but she remained herself, and she was here, one reason alone. Dropping to her knees, Scylla dipped her bucket into the stream. Movement caught her eye. Oh, shit, son. Hang on. Nope. I ain't trusting shit. Nope. Movement caught her eye, and she glanced up, spotting an ice spirit. Her frosty blue wings were a near-perfect color match to the cavern's roof, and as the sprite flew into the anxious loop, a trail of tiny crystalline shards drifted in her wake. Well met, friend, said Scylla. I did not expect to meet you here. A pair of ice spirits joined first, hissing and pointing deeper into the cavern. Y'all, what the fuck? She about to go into the cavern of shit fuck. Oh, hail, Lord. Scylla frowned, setting the bucket down. Is this your home? Another half-dozen ice spirits dashed from the cavern's depths, jostled against one another for Scylla's attention. It's lovely, she said apprehensively. There was a certain aggression to the spirits she hadn't seen before. Is something wrong? Hey, what's going on, Emma? The ice spirits dashed down the corridor and back again. It seemed to be a yes. They watched Scylla expectantly. You want me to follow? Another happy response from the spirits. In the back of Scylla's mind, doubt lingered. It does not seem smart. No shit. But a low, distant wail met her ears, racing each hair on the back of her neck. Scylla grew potentially still, wondering if she imagined the sound. It had seemed human, a child perhaps. Help! Called a voice, shock prickling down Scylla's spine. Discarding her bucket, Scylla pushed her feet. Show me, she said, determination settling in place. Was it Astrid or Vaya? Scylla rushed after the ice spirits through Yokel's cave. The cries grew louder, the ice spirits more restless, the deeper they went. And as Scylla hurried after the sprites, the dark tendrils stirred her within. Help! Cried the voice, louder, more frantic. The distant smell of rot met her nose, and Scylla had the vague thought of it. Would it be wise to turn back? But the dark tendril unfurled and stretched out, a seductive caress soothing any fears. As she rounded a bend, Scylla entered a cavernous space met with a chilling sight. To her left were strange bulbous rock. That's how you spell bulbous. Bulbous rocks formation, from which were cracked directly ahead tufts of wool, bone, and torn sheep. Carcasses littered the space, and the smell. She knew that smell. It was just like the forest walkers Jonas had slain. Fuck him, Jonas had slain on the road. That asshole slayed on the road of bones. The smell of dead, moldered things. Most curious of all were the strange, twisted lengths of material, thin like parchment, yet scaled-like. Gasping, Scylla stumbled back. Nest, her mind provided. This was the serpent's lair. And that parchment-like matter was the snakeskin. Oh, shit! Hardly daring to breathe, she looked for any sign of movement. Nothing. Scylla looked harder at the shed snakeskin. It was far too short to belong to the serpent Fig and Ray had described, and as she looked in the nest with fresh eyes, a picture formed. The curious cluster of rocks to her left were not rocks at all. Some of the dome tops had been cracked open, revealing hollow, empty cavities within. Eggs! Holy shit! Above, they were eggs. The sheep carcasses must have been left for the hatchlings, and as she examined the state of the corpse, Scylla guessed she'd been torn into they'd been torn into bite-sized pieces, and suddenly it made sense why Ray and Vig had found no sign of the great serpent for several weeks. The mother had been holed up in her nest, laying her eggs, some of which had already hatched. Scylla had to get out of here, had to tell Ray. Help! Came a child's voice from the far end of the cavern. The ice spirits had gathered near it, swarming over something. Valley? Whispered Scylla, hugging the wall to the edge of the nest. Astrid? Here! Said the voice. Help me! The heart pounding, Scylla stepped over another snakeskin, avoiding the gaping rib cage of the sheep carcass. The back of the cavern came into view, and Scylla strifed her scream. A pile of broken skeletal remains in the corner. Valley, whispered Scylla, shook and nausea battling within her. Astrid? But then she saw the symbols frosted around the corpse. The upside-down protection rune was drawn over and over dozens of times, perhaps 100 times. Beside the bones, stem roses from the wedge-shaped opening in the floor of the cave. The ice spirits flew in an agitated loop, hissing and gesturing to the pit. This, apparently, was what they'd wish to show her. Come, make sure... Yep. Come closer, my darling, whispered a voice. It was a voice she heard before. A voice coming from nowhere and everywhere, all at once. It was the thing she'd heard and felt in her vision during her cohesion rite. The Dark One. His presence seeped freely from the crack in the deepest part of Yalko's ice cave. A rumble from the deep below, rattling Scylla's bones. I should not be here, she whispered, fighting against the seductive need to approach the abyss, to give her over, the dark tendrils sliding through her. She glanced back at the pile of bones. Her gaze caught a bronze cloak pin shaped in the form of a leaf. She could retrieve that pin. She would have proof that she knew where Vile and Astrid final resting place lay. She stepped forward, nausea churning in her gut as she fought the intense desire to lean over the chasm, to let the dark force emanating from it to consume her. But Scylla was no stranger to withstanding powerful longings. For that, perhaps she should be grateful to the Skoldsleys. Clenching her teeth, she shoved back at the presence. An ice spirit zipped to her. So near Scylla, she could see tiny frost lashes framing her wide blue eyes. Could make out the delicate ice veins in her wings. This is where the monster came from, asked Scylla, unfastening Valley's cloak pin and sliding it into her pocket. The ice spirit nodded. I will find help. I'll bring others who know what to do. The ice spirit zipped in a gleeful loop. Another low rumble shook the ground, sending goosebumps racing up her arms. Closer, came the voice. Come to me, my blessed. Scylla fought the drugging compulsion, forcing herself to step backwards. No, daughter of Sylvana, said the thing. Let me look upon you. Her mother's name startled Scylla, but as the ground beneath her feet rumbled, her senses rushed back. Stumbling backward, she cried, No! The pulse of the thing's anger filled her, but she shoved it back. I'll have you soon enough. Surrender now and save yourself the pain. At Scylla's silence, there was another pulse of anger. A poor choice, said the thing. An odd splintering sound began from behind her. Slowly she turned. Beside the cave's exit, fractures across one of the eggs. A fragment chipped away, landing on the dark cavern floor. And from within the small opening, a long, thin tongue flicked out. Oh, gods, Scylla whispered, backing away. It's a snake! And then she ran away. Woo! Scylla, you fuck up! You should have just got the water, my girl. I tried to tell you. I mean, it's going to be very detrimental to your story, but you should have just got the water and fucking bounced. That's what I would have done. Okay. Woo. So, okay. Ooh, boy. Okay, Red. Where are we at? You're at 31. 2 buttons. What you got? He said 5 and 11. And 11.
Everybody sees that you only worship on your fucking knees.
Listen, Samwise Gamgee is the real star of that freaking adventure. I don't care what nobody says. That man, Samwise Gamgee, is underrated as Rune Dannon. I said it. I'm on the hill. I said it. I'm telling you. Listen, besides just not taking the fucking flying birds all the way there when they got rescued, that would have been so much easier. Drop the fucking ring in, done, right? That's all I'm gonna say. But with that and without Samwise, fuck the shit. Fuck it. Fucking duck. Without Sam, just fucking so underrated. That guy. Oh, I'm glad y'all are agreeing with me. I thought we was about to start throwing dukes. Never made it without old Samwise. Ever. And I'm not just saying that because his last name is Wise. Like me. I'm saying everybody yes, Sam carried. Everybody needs a Sam in their life. I'll say that much. A good Sam, not a bad Sam. I'll square up, just not over Sam. All right. He's like, yeah. Sam's cool. Yeah, we ain't fighting over that, though. Yeah, that's some bullshit. Fuck off. I ain't even mad at it. It's hilarious as fuck. All right. You're at 33K. Full tour at 50K. Scylla's about to fuck with a big-ass giant fucking snake. I'm scared shitless. Let's get into it, folks. All right. Chapter 57. Kingdom of Law. Now, someone... That's funny. I like that one, Red. That's funny. All right, chapter 57. Pure panic-filled Scylla as she fled through the ice cave, stumbling over rocks and slipping on icy patches. Help! Valley's screams chased after her. Come back! But then it shifted into the Dark One's voice. Save yourself the suffering and give yourself over. Laughter echoed in her skull, but Scylla knew better than to surrender to this voice, and it began hissing, and the hissing began. Oh God, Scylla whispered, digging deep for whatever energy she could spare. She had to get out of here. The ground rumbled, and Scylla dared a glance over her shoulder, prominently wishing she hadn't. Half a dozen serpents had hatched, all ice blue scales and glowing red eyes. Each was long. 2 full-grown warriors with long, glinting fangs. Yet their movements were clumsy, undulating wide and justing against each other. As a pair of serpents collided and one struck the wall, the entire cave rumbled. Oh gods, oh gods, oh gods. Scylla tried to push her despair back, but the serpents were gaining on her. Light burst from her palms, flaring through the steam of her wolfskin gloves. Stripping them off, Scylla cast them aside. She was primed, the cold tension begging for release. Teeth snapped behind her, and an angry hiss soon following. The distant light of the cavern's exit met her eyes, fueling Scylla with hope. Near, she was so near. Pain speared from her ankles as a pair of fangs sank through her boot. Ah! With the cry, Scylla whirred, finding the crevasse and pulling it open. The creature reared back at the flare of light, giving Scylla time to herd the bonds into place. It was a bare moment before she held the sword of cold light. The serpent recoiled, watching Scylla with red eyes glowing as though lit from within. Their scales were ice blue, though their underbellies were closer to white. Find something else to eat, Scylla growled, swinging her blade through the air. It bounced harmlessly off the nearest creature's scale. What? Scylla hadn't the chance to feel disbelief because the snakes were lashing out. The sword didn't do shit to the snakes? What the fuck? Holy shit! A swarm of crystalline blue forms surged the creatures from below. The snakes recoiled, crashing into one another as the ice spirits mobbed them, driving them back. Scylla nodded the ice spirits' attack from below, focusing on the hatchling's undersides. An idea coincided with then she was swinging upward, her blade sinking through the nearest creature's stomach like butter. She whirled and ran, dashing through the caves. Scylla's coordination began quickly deteriorating back. Wait, I hit the button too many times. She stumbled over the rocks and slid on a patch of ice. The ground rumbled behind her, and she guessed the hatchling had broken past the ice sprites. They could not escape. She needed to block the exit. The roof, the cavern thinned, and soon her vision exploded with disorientating light, and she burst outdoors. Her mind felt as though it was stuffed with wool. But Scylla turned on the cavern entrance, hacking the overhand shelf with her sword. Again and again, she brought the sword down on the snow-covered opening, praying that it would be enough. A clump of ice fell, sending another crashing and then another. So I gotta get into it. The ground rumbled and Scylla stepped back, snow cascading down, landing with a solid thump, sending power plummeting through the air. The rumbling stopped and muffled hiss coming down from beyond the snow. Scylla let out a long breath. The exit to the cave was sealed. For now. She needed to get out of here, needed to bring help to destroy the creatures for good. Turning, Scylla rushed away from Yolkin's cave. As she stumbled down Yolkin's, Scylla became aware that the snake's bite was no mere flesh wound. It started with a low throb on her leg, but with each passing step, it grew and spread until unfeverish heat. TikTok entertainment purposes, it's a piece of plastic. It grew and spread until feverish heat burned through her body. Oh, what is happening? What is happening in the... What? Uh-oh. What is happening? We'll figure out what's happening in the comments. Anyway. A life for a life, whispered that maleficent voice, seeping like venom in her head. Scylla grabbed on the scabby tree, and her feet slid out from beneath her along the snow-covered path. Sweat dotted her brow, the ground swaying beneath her. Use the knife. Pushing to her feet, Scylla edged down the trail. It seemed to take all her energy to keep her focus on the ground, to keep her from tripping over tree roots and rocks. Thankfully, the snow receded and the trees growing taller. A good girl you are, my darling Sylvana. Her vision swirled, the voices grew louder. Images flashed in her mind. A mountain, a rose bush, a blood-soaked dagger. Gods, but there must have been venom in the serpent's teeth. I miss her so much. Her vision warped, and Scylla felt herself stumbling aimlessly among the pine trees. She fought to maintain her grip on her mind, but it was slipping through her fingers. Reality blurred, swirled, twisted around her, and then Scylla tripped into the realm of her mind. Scylla saw a girl, blue eyes just like Saga's, but deep curls just like her own, and then she was one with the girl, skipping through the stone-paved courtyard. A doll tucked under her arm. She smiled as sunshine heated her cheeks, and Scylla could smell spring, sweet floral blossoms, and freshly tuned earth, and the bright grassy things. She was going to the fountain. How glorious it was to see the last of winter's snow melted. Soon there would be flowers of midday meals in the garden and trips to the shore. And it also meant Cook would set fresh berries out with every meal. And that was her favorite, crow berries with a drizzle of honey. But today, she would go to the fountain and give 3 wishes to Sunvalad. The first, of course, would be for a baby brother or sister. The second would be that Grandpa would feel happy again. Uh-oh, what's happening now? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Well, the mute hammer. Oh, Lord. Emily's got him. Okay, Emily's on him. All right, I'm not worried about it. Back to the story. She missed the smiles and the stories where she used to tell Grandma got sick and went to the stars above. The third wish she had not yet chosen. 100 days of sunshine? Or perhaps she should wish for something more, as her papa would say, noble. The absolute best harvest season ever. The most bountiful fishing hauls for everyone. Scylla pursed her lips, skipping past the brush she'd helped Mama plant. A rose bush, Mama had said, from the southern continent. Apparently, it will soon be filled with luscious pink blossoms. pink blooms. Blossom. Where the fuck did they get blossoms out of blooms? What are you doing tonight, Wise? But she wasn't sure she liked this one. It had thorns all over it and they bit. What kind of pretty flower had sharp parts? Rounding the corner, Sunvalad's fountain came into view, carrying the soft tinkling sounds of water. She pulled the offering from her dress pocket, loosening the ties of the small hemp sack and tipping it upside down. Metal shavings fell to the fountain, hitting the water with sharp strikes and then sinking slowly to the bottom. Sunvalad liked show of fire and might, her father had told her. When making an offering, lay mead, meat, or a well-crafted weapon on the altar. Well, mead would not fit in a pocket, and meat was too messy, and Scylla did not have a weapon, save for the small wooden sword for sparring with Papa. But be clever as she was, she'd snuck into the blacksmith's forge and collected metal scrapings from the floor. She kissed her knuckles and closed her eyes. "Oh, bright one," she whispered, but something crunched behind her. Eyes flying open, Scylla whirled. An old man stood, flanked by a dozen guards. "Grandpa!" she gasped, filled with shame, caught escaping from her nursemaid for the third time this moon cycle. Surely she'd weather the blistering reprieve. She brought her finger to her mouth, gnarling on a nail. "Come, my dear," came the king's watery voice. As he sat on the stone bench, she blinked, taking in the dark circles under his eyes, the deep wrinkles in his forehead. He'd always been old, but he'd never looked sickly under the queen. And he never looked sickly until the queen had died. But now, as Scylla looked at him, there was a glimmer in his eyes and a hint of a man who told her of the great battles of fire and ice. As long as it ain't George R. R. Martin's that ever needs to get fucking finished. Sorry, it must be different fire and ice. With a cautious smile, and stepped forward, taking a seat on the bench beside him. Chewing on her fingernail, she waited anxiously. "Falgerd," said the king, wavering at his chief guard, "allow me a moment with my granddaughter." "Sam, we're on 55 to 59 tonight. I am currently on 57. Felgard was the biggest man she'd ever seen and was a little bit scary. But Mama had told her he was really a kind and gentle man, that it was only Felgard's job to look frightening. Now Felgard had a funny look in his eyes, and Scylla thought perhaps he didn't want to leave. "Yes, your majesty," he said, beckoning the guards to follow him out of the courtyard. Sitting on her hands, she swung her legs, wondering what Grandpa would say. A confession was building inside her, and she pressed her lips together to hold it in. "A good girl you are, my darling." "Salva," said the king. Much to her surprise, he sounded sad, but that was not unusual. "But I miss her so much." The king let out a long breath, and his whole body seemed to sag. "I'm sorry." Scylla looked at him confused. "What do you mean?" "A life for a life," said the king. A blade flashed in his hand. There was a sharp pain in her neck, and everything went warm and cold at once. Felgrad was suddenly there, knocking Grandpa to the ground, and there was an awful clamor at the rest of his guards surging around. Scylla's eyes went wide, her mouth falling open as she took it all in. A white-hilted knife had fallen to the flagstones, and she stared at it hard. There was something evil about that knife, a vile, horrid presence pouring off into the air. The tip was red, and the warm trickle dripped down her neck, wetting and dress. "A life for a life," someone whispered in her ear. "What?" she tried to say, but the sound wouldn't form. The warmth of her neck was spreading down her tummy, and when she reached up, her small hand slicked with blood. Felgrad was there, and he looked furious. She recoiled, but his voice was soothing. "Hush now, princess," he said in a soft voice, putting his hand on her neck. Little lights floated in her vision, like flitta dancing all around. "The healer is on the way, and they'll fix you up. But I need to keep my hand on your neck, and you need to stay calm. Can you do that, Silva?" She was nodding, staring up at Felgrad and trying to understand. There were voices all around, fearful and frightening. But Felgrad was there, and she focused on his face, on his voice. The edges of her vision blackened. like night closing in all sides. The king is dead, someone cried out. And then the darkness was absolute. Wow, so that's how mom got her scar? Dad did it? What the fuck? Wow. That took a turn like a motherfucker. Wow. Okay. That was wow. Okay. Oh yeah, for real, Cran. The fuck? The fuck? The queen? Wow. Wow. Grandpa's yeah. Wow. Red. What button? Let's hit a button, Red. We need a button. Pick a button. Pick a button. Holy crap. That was that okay. Well, at least we know how mom's not around anymore, but we know how mom got the scar when she was around. Good Lord. Right? 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Enjoy.
I'm just following my destiny. I'm just doing what comes happening.
Ooh, is Zodiac Academy like the 12 book series one? Is that huge ass one? Is that one? It is? Okay, yeah. Yeah, that one. I'm gonna get to that one. It's 20 plus. Yeah. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there one day. It's one day we're gonna get there. I don't know when. But we are definitely gonna get there. We are gonna get there. Oh, we hit 40K! Another button, Red. Another button. Another button. Another button. Another button. Another button. Another button. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Just imagine a script with an amazing plot made on the CW. Nice. Fort. Sean cannot type love tonight. For some reason, Sean is just living everything. Sean, everything lives you too, my brother. Or live. Live, live. No, I can never. Anyway. All right. You are at 40. You're at 40. We're going to get 55K. 55K. I think y'all can get there. We shall see. Chapter 58. Let's get to it. Son of a. Hey, P made it. What's up, P? Hope you had a good day, girl. Welcome. Ooh, welcome. Matter of fact, you know what? Hang on a second, really quick. Hey, P, since you just got here, I forgot to show you something. He said, P, don't read the chat. Brad, that's... No going back. Leave him alone. Don't go back, P. It's a rage bait. Don't go back there, P. Horrible stuff. Don't go back there. All right. You're at 40K. At 55K, you'll get a full tour. I'm glad. Thank you for liking the new look. I just saw that over there. I don't know when that came up. But anyway, okay. 50 8. Let's get to it. Son of a Saga. Saga has been going through it. It's been fuck shit dick after another. Okay, let's go. Woo, she been going through it. Saga was growing desperate to talk to An, but did not know how to do so. Sneaking into the falconry tower had grown more challenging in the past weeks, but with Thora now trailing her every step, felt downright impossible. But Saga had to get word to Anne. Not only did she need to inform the Aprenza of the Black Cloak's identity, but now Seguin knew Saga had been meddling in her affairs. Saga was eager to plot her escape from Askaborg. For so long, escape hadn't been a possibility. With her condition, Saga could not set foot outdoors, but the seed Anne had planted and the realization there were others willing to help in this endeavor had bloomed in her mind. After a day spent thinking of the reasons to avoid the execution, Saga knew she had no choice. She would have to attend to appease Signy, would have to watch others killed on the same pillars as her family, gathering every ounce of grit and determination she possessed. Saga promised herself she would not crumble. Thuri ensured Saga's timely arrival at the pits, with the sprawling roof held up above by dozens of granite pillars. The pits had once functioned as a gathering place in the cold winter season. Stands circled the central dark-packed arena, flat stones benched climbing dozens of rows high. For 17 years she avoided this place. Under her father's rule, the pits had been the ring, a friendly place of gathering for celebrations. Saga would recall viewing everything from fighting contests to horse shows to performers from the southern continent who bend their bodies in impossible ways. It had been a place where even the poorest of Isildurians could experience a few hours of joy. The Ukrains had done what they did best, ruined this place. Now it smelled of violence with 3 V-shaped pillars pounded into the earthen floor. This was where Volsig's supporters had been taken, where they had been tortured in disturbing displays of mandatory public attendance. At the age of 5, Saga had thankfully been excluded from such events, but it hadn't shielded her from the whisper seeping through the palace. She'd heard of the good people slathered in raw meat and sent into the pits with Ivar's pet bears and hounds, had heard of those who had been starved for a month and pushed into the pits to face Ivar's armed routine. There were tales of some spread wide of the pillars, hundreds of cuts administered over days, weeks, until they begged for the mercy of death. While the nobles sat at the dais, the surrounding stands, Senovik peasants reminded it of the arena. As Saga stepped onto the packed earth floor of the pits, they turned to watch her. She forced herself forward. No reaction. She reminded herself, searching for the cold place deep inside. Forward, grumbled Thorin, his hand pressed firmly between her shoulder blades. The gathering crowd quieted as it parted, eyes falling upon her as she made her way through them. As she walked past the pillars, it felt as though her heartbeat was trying to hack its way free from her ribs. Forcing herself forward, Saga kept her expression neutral, not trapped. Public exits all around. She tried to regulate her breathing, but each breath came short and ragged. Though it was only a short walk across the arena floor, it felt like an eternity. Her head spun with the openness of this space, palms slick with sweat, but at least they reached the dais. Centrally located on a slightly ridge to Saga's misfortune, the dais had the best view of the pillars. She climbed the stairs, crossed the platform, settled in the chair beside her betrothed, exhaled at last. Signy soon entered the pits. A pair of broad warriors parting the crowds of her bronze woman held the train of her ivory gown. More and more people spilled into the pits, gleaming stones of black obsidian clutched in hand. Reciting the exits, Saga tried to ignore the building anticipation. The shuffle of boots and the soft greeting to her left disrupted her thoughts. As though she turned to investigate, Saga's glance locked onto the eyes of depthless green. Rurik sent her a look, and she understood at once. The fool was here on her account. Declining a seat, he crossed his arms over his chest, leaning against the stone wall which sectioned the dais off from the stance. Rov joined him a moment later, look entirely unimpressed. A cheer rose up from the crowd, and Saga turned to find the Clinari dragging 3 figures towards the pillars. The condemned, muzzled in iron bridles, were fastened to the V-shaped pillars with arms spread wide. She would be a rock, hardened against the world, would see but not feel. Saga's gaze landed vacantly on the condemned. She would not look away, would not flinch, would not. No, Saga couldn't breathe, couldn't think, couldn't do anything. But the woman stared at the moment in the middle. Those unmistakably brown eyes had been lifted, so determined when last she'd seen them, but were now framed by an iron bridle. No, not her. Not her! No! But no matter how many times she tried to clear her vision, no matter how many prayers she uttered, nothing changed it. It was Anne. Fuck! Anne, who had given her taste of hope. Anne, who had risked everything to save anyone else's sister from the pillar. Anne, whom Saga hadn't dared contact in over a week. Blood drained from her face. How? They'd been so careful. How had Anne been discovered? The roar of the crowd grew muffled, as though she'd been plunged under the water. She'd forced in her breath, her evening meal churning in her stomach. Saga tried to think, tried to come up with a plan. To no avail. Every option led to death. She could not save Anne. Realization swept into Saga's, chilling her blood. Thori was not her punishment, nor was attending this execution. Anne was her punishment. How foolish Saga had been to think she was the one who would pay for her rebellion. Saga should have known Seguin with sharper knives and knew how to use them. She forced her lips shut, attempted to wipe the panic from her face. Her eyes locked with hands wide and fearful. The high Gothi had entered and was reciting the charges of witchcraft, but his words did not reach Saga's ears. She kept her gaze on Anne, determined to be a calming anchor in a sea of horror. It was the only thing she could do. A last act of kindness. Something tugged at her. Instinct, perhaps, and without thinking, Saga dropped her mental barriers and allowed her senses to awaken. A jarring wall of noise crashed upon her. The thoughts of every angry crowd, intense and unrelating, swarm in from all sides. It was disorientating, so loud. Their violent thoughts rattling through here. Kill the scum! TikTok entertainment purposes only. I'm reading a book. Let us get on with this. They must pay in blood. Saga tried to not let these unsettling thoughts grab a hold of her, instead focusing on Anne, stretching toward her through the chaos. I would do it all over again. I regret nothing. It was the right thing to do. It was Anne. Saga grasped the thread, pulling it to her. Anne, she thought. Anne, I'm sorry. It's my fault. But Anne made no sign she heard. The Gothi sliced into her vein, collecting a slow crimson drizzle in the cup. I get to see my sister. Finally, I'm going home to her. Saga's hand flew to her mouth. You may now cast your judgment, came the Gothi's voice. The crowd surged forward. Saga held on with all her might to the threads of Anne's consciousness, clutching it through the violence and fluxed in thoughts. Something snapped, the thread falling loose, and Saga balled it up, holding it in the warmth of her heart. Stones were cast, and Saga was distantly aware of the cheers in the crowd. Thudding rocks crunching the bones and cartilage. A stone hit the softest part of Anne's stomach, and the pain ruptured from Saga's middle. She wheezed, a disbelief hurled through her. Anne's face did not so much as flinch. Pain searing through Saga as a large stone crunching sickening into Anne's shoulder. Saga gritted her teeth. Anne's eyes were vacant, her calm face and peaceful. A jagged stone slammed against the side of her face, and Saga's vision exploded, pain slicing through her skull and consuming every part of her being. Anne's thread was fading, like footprints swept clean by an ocean wave. But Saga held on, determined not to let go. Gripping the arms of her chair, Saga held Anne's empty gaze as pain ripped through her, rocks crashing into her chest, her pelvis, her face, her shoulders. Her body was on fire, an explosion of heat and pain, obliterating the crowd, the noise, the dais, the pillars. It was just Saga and Anne, alone in the pits, the last wisps of Anne's threads fading until, at last, it was gone. The pain vanished in a sudden flash, her vision rushing back. Anne's head lollied to the side, but the crowd's thirst for blood had not sated. With the last of her energy, Saga wove her barriers back into place and slumped against her chair. The execution continued for an excruciating eternity until the last stone had been cast and the three women hung bloodied and limp. It was over. They felt no more pain, and Anne would soon be amongst the stars with her sister. Saga closed her eyes to keep her tears at bay. She would not cry, would not grant the king such a victory. But as the sounds of the crowd dwindled, Saga felt a prickling sensation on the side of her face. Her eyes opened with the snap to the right, locking with Signy. The queen's lips curved up. Pure hatred dripped down Saga's spine, pulling in her stomach. Saga? Asked Bjorn, wenching Saga's gaze away from Signy. Your nose is bleeding. Bjorn handed her a square of linen. With trembling hand, she dabbed her bloody nose. Are you well? He asked. You look sickly. I'm fine, she snapped, closing her eyes as she held the linen to her nose. She swallowed her remorse, wishing she'd been softer with him. She breathed in deeply, let it out slowly, tried to calm her raising panic. Moving beside her, the royals were leaving. Saga stood, gripping the chair of balance. God, she needed to lie down. Moving towards the exit, her eyes landed on Ruach. A line had formed between his drawn brows as he stared at her with unreadable expression. But then he pushed off the wall. Following Rove down the stairs and out of the pits, Saga trailed nimbly behind Bjorn, his movements stilted, as though he were affronted. She was too weary to consider it, how she made her way back to her chambers on her own 2 feet. Saga could not recall. She collapsed onto her bed and fell into a dreamless sleep. Until Thori pounded on the door the next morning, ordering her to get dressed for the day meal. Fuck! Bye, Anne. You're fun. Later, Sean. Have a good one, brother. Later, brother. We live you too, Sean. We live you, Sean. Have a good day. Hey, give your kitty some live for us too. Live you, brother. Live you, Lynn. All right. Where are we? Oh, you almost made it. You almost made it. You were at 52. All right. So you get 2 buttons. What you got, Red? That's our thing now. That is a thing. That's the new thing. We love you. We live you. We live you. Oh, Lord. Hello, my beautiful daughter.
What up, ho?
You look amazing. You look amazing.
Got button request.
Button request 1 and 14. I gotcha.
Rune Danon, Crown Prince of the
Come on,
Valbar.
stand for the buttons.
My favorite character is Jonas, and I hate Grimdanen. Grimdanen sucks. Thank you. Ignore him.
Pick your nose. You ever say that again? Did y'all hear that blasphemy? Did you hear that? She said, I'm not even going to repeat it. I'm not even going to repeat it. She does look amazing in the dress, but right now she's blasphemy. You are a blasphemer.
I'm wearing Superman pants.
Another thing they have in common.
She is a blasphemer. It's allowed. She said beautiful and got the, oh.
Watch out.
What?
Coming for your brand.
You're coming for my brand? Yep. Bring it.
I'm going to wear the Rundanen shirt to prom, actually.
No, you won't.
You got to move.
You won't wear this shirt to prom.
Yeah, I won't.
Exactly. Rick and Morty pants. Superman. Nice. Yes. You look amazing.
Thank you.
That would be cool.
Bye.
Ooh, bye. Can you top my drink off for me really quick, please, my love? Thank you. All right. And the other button was, that was one. I think you said 14. All right. Okay. How could I? What did I do? Ms. Wolverine, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do?
You know what you did.
What did I do? I didn't see what I did. I probably did something. That's going to be a lizard option. You're welcome. Well, that's going to be your 15K button, your 55K button. No. She said no. All right, you did hit 55K, so no die. You promised a full. What you want for 55, brother? What do we want at 55K? 55K. Hey, hey. She said that the buzzard button, it seems to 1 through 15. Nah. All right. He said that was my choice anyway.
So
That's
he gets it
funny.
again.
What?
It means he gets it again.
That was
Gets what again?
That button.
No. You already had your choice of the buzzard. Yeah, you see, you're trying to overinflate the stats here. Stop. Haha, you got captured.
I thought my latest.
I don't know what button it was, honestly. That's the thing. I wasn't paying attention. The girls are correct, sir.
What comes after? I'm just following my destiny. I'm just doing what comes after.
All right, so for the last chapter, we got the last one coming up. We are starting at 56K. All right, y'all got to try to get one tour. You got to get 65K. Come on, y'all can do it. Y'all can do it. Y'all can do it. Yeah, and definitely, yeah, she nay-nayed us. She nay-nayed us. She nay-nayed us. Yeah, definitely didn't Tam, but she nay-nayed. Yeah, that's fair, Jessica. That is definitely fair to say.
What comes after? I'm just following my destiny. I'm just doing what comes after.
Woo! All right. All right, let's get into it. Chapter 59, Kingdom of Claw. We're back up in Kalisgard. Ray ran his thumbs along the freshly sharpened blade of Harpa's axe. It was honed to a deadly point, as were Harpa's kitchen knives, daggers, and any other blades he could get his hands on. Yet no matter how many passes of steel across the wet stone he made, Ray could not ease this tightness in his chest. He said, I successfully not listened to a line of this story. That's amazing. Ray could not catch a line and tighten his chest. The sun was shrinking lower toward Snowspear, the slanted light casting Harpa's yard into stark shadows. No sound, no voices. She must still sleep. Gritting his teeth, he strode to the cabin. Enough was enough. His mind had been foul since he rushed from the mead hall to his grandmother's home and discovered she'd sent Scylla up a Yolkin. Ray had stared at Harpa with incredulity. He knew well enough which methods his grandmother used with her students. After all, it was Harpa who taught Ray the benefits of giving his apprentice a taste of danger. And if Ray had allowed a vampire deer or two to attack a greener member of the Blood Axe crew, that was well enough. But this was Asa God's damn Volsic, and there was a giant God's damn serpent hunting these parts. He couldn't understand what head injury his grandmother must have suffered for her to think this was wise. No, I'm wise. When he discovered Silva stumbling through the woods near Harper's property, his foul mood had turned to pure, incinerating anger. Her brow had been slick with sweat, incoherent words spilling from her lips, and as he searched her frantically for a wound, he found naught but a puncture through the back of her boot. Curiously, it was too small to have belonged to the fang. To the fang he and Vig had found in the excrement. After racing to Harpa's home, he stripped off her boots. Stripped off her boots off. His brows drew together. It was shallow, yet this woman was shaking, mumbling the same thing over and over. The king is dead. Did she mean Ivar? But she made no sense. Ray stared up the mountain, Yolkin's ice shields glinting through the trees. He wanted to charge up there and find what had done this to her. Yet he was confused, beyond confused. Had it been the giant serpent described by Balya? Certainly she had not lived to tell the tale. He pushed through the door to find Scylla slumbering, his stomach knotting tighter. Ray needed her to wake up, needed to know she was all right. Harpa stepped out from the shadows, and Ray's teeth clenched so hard they almost cracked. She sleeps, the Renar. Let her rest. We haven't time to let her rest, he growled. I must know what she saw up there. Must know if it was the serpent. Harpa squeezed her woven belt, an unreadable expression on her face. It will take time, she said. It has the feel of chaos magic causing disorder within her body. But it has no permanent hold on her and should work through in a few hours. I don't know what you were thinking, he muttered. His grandmother was silent for a moment. I saw curious threads, disruptions in the weaving coming from Yolkel, Harpa admitted. I thought perhaps it was a vampire deer and that it could be helpful in drawing out her breaker skill. Ray's temple throbbed. Asa, Volsic, Harpa. Perhaps it was risky, confessed his grandmother, shocked at her uncharacteristic admission of guilt. His eyes found Harpa's. Gods, but they were so similar to Christians. A soft shade of ember, like honey when sunlight hit at the right angle. He forced his gaze away. You're angry with me? Harpa observed, and somehow he knew she was no longer speaking of Scylla. Ray turned to the hearth, watching Ryak dance, in the flames. Embers burst within her smoky wings as she looped and twirled. It is understandable, said Harpa. I am angry with myself. Ray's brows drew together and he turned. Her overdress swallowed her small form, and Ray examined the gaunt lines of her neck, the grooves in her brow. Always Harpa had seemed a fortress of strength, untouchable and indestructible, but now is formidable. Grandmother looking old, say what you must, Rainier. I fear I deserve it. Anger burned low in his stomach, his hand drawing into a fist. You were selfish, you cared only for yourself. Harpa winced, but it brought him no satisfaction. You should have checked on him, should have seen. He drew out a long breath, blew it out sharply. You should have sent for me. Harpa nodded. He should have. His grandmother closed her eyes for a moment. When she opened them, she shone with emotion. When you're a child, you think adults know it all. But then you grow old and you realize the truth. We're all bumbling fools. Ray blinked. I wish I had done it differently. Harpa's gaze drifted to her bed, where Scylla's dark curls splay across the pillow. Motherhood never felt like my calling. And when my children were all grown, I'll admit, I was relieved. I took a place in Askeburg, training young Galdra and using my weaver skills to better my kingdom. It felt as though I'd found the thing I was fated to do. Harpa drew a deep breath. But then the war happened. King Yarden sent many of the weavers into the farthest reaches of the kingdom so we might preserve the stories of our ancestors, should Isildur fall. A wise man, that's me, the king was, though I did not see it as such. While my peers fought in front of lines, I was regulated to hiding in the north. It did not seem as an honorable thing to do. I fought against charging south every day. By the time you and Christian were thrust into my care, I was bitter, resentful. I was not a good mother to you, and I knew it. Surprise rushed through him, and for the first time in his life, Ray felt the smallest glimmer of understanding. I miss your brother, she admitted. I miss him every day, Rainier. I sit in the yard and feel the birds and imagine Christian beside me, naming each one. Emotions clawed up, and what are we doing tonight, guys? Jesus Christ! Emotions clawed up in Ray's throat. Fuck me! But he forced it back. The birdhouses, he rasped. I held them built for Christian, said Harpa, observing him, so he might have a reason to visit his old grandmother, so he might know how sorry I am. Ray tried to rub the burn on his chest away. I can't go back in time and be there for Christian. But I can be there for you, Harpa swallowed. I want you to be happy, Rainier. You deserve to be happy. Her gaze fell to the bed. She is good for you. Ray shifted in discomfort. I see changes in you since you've arrived. You smile more. I can't do this, muttered Ray, raking a hand down his face. I cannot lose her. He could not finish. But his grandmother seemed to understand. She will be fine. She only needs to work the venom from her system. Give her another hour. If she has not awakened, we'll rouse her, and you'll get your answer. Ray could only grunt. His stomach was wrenching, twisting itself in knots. I have something to show you, Rainier, said Harpa. Breaking from his thoughts, she beckoned him to the back corner of the room where her loom leaned against the wall. On it hung a partially woven tapestry, all grays and blacks. What is it? Dark threads, murmured Harpa, following. The darkness I first sensed in Skoljan has grown greater today. It is gathering elsewhere in this kingdom as well. I do not yet know its meaning. He examined the weaving, trying to guess what would be revealed. Dark curve formed from the left side of the tapestry. He leaned closer to inspect it. Is that a leaf? He asked. Perhaps, was Harpa's reply. Her gaze grew distant. I must keep weaving. We must discover which secret it has to reveal. A cough from across the room, and Ray's whirling in there in the bed, set Scylla, rubbing her eyes. He rushed to her side, gathered her face in her hands. You're all right, he told himself, and for the first time in hours, Ray felt as though he could breathe. She was all right. But her eyes met his, wide with fear. Hey, girly friend. Hi, Sock. Skull's Cave. We must go back. What? We gotta go back? Why are we going back, Scylla? Scylla, why are we going back? 66. You did it! You got the button tour. Way to go on the way out. Let's go! Her name is Sock. It's just Sock. Because she got the socks. Ah, Socky Boo. She's Sock. All right, where were we? That was Riddick. Get it, Sock. Get it. She is. This is my mini-news cat. Her sister. For you tonight. We got some hair on you, girl. Where you going? You see her trying to sneak a cat blood in there? She tried. She tried to get some cat blood in there.
I'm just following my destiny.
How bad can she be?
I'm just doing what comes happen.
All right. I think this might be almost everybody's favorite. Oh, it's time for rock. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh. The buzzard. Ah! Rowan. Orange cat would be tempting to jump. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Depending on which one's out here, they be going out. What do you say, Sam? I need to get a sword. Yes. Yes. You need. Everybody needs a sword. And of course, number one in your hearts and number one in your programs, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, voices of all ages, Ron Crown Prince of the Valbaran Fae.
Rune Dannon, Crown Prince of the Valbaran Fae.
Okay, folks. Woo! All right, really quick, I just want to thank everybody for coming out and joining us tonight. I know it was a short one, but it was a short set of chapters, so that's what we got. With that being said, I don't even know what to tell you guys. I was gonna say, oh yes, no, I do. I knew what I was gonna say. Hang on, does it matter? Yes, okay. It will. Okay. Okay. It will affect some people here. It will. Vega. It might affect you if you choose to participate. If you are not too sure or you didn't know, the amazing Twisted List built a website. She did. Twisted List built a website. So if you want to go there, if you go into my TikTok bio, you go into there, you'll see you'll see the link in there in the bio that will take you to the website. It will take you not only to my link tree, but it will take you to Twisted List's link tree. Not only once you get there, if you believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, she has made some merchandise. Yes, that's right. We have stickers, coffee cups, and T-shirts. And as of today, she was able to turn on international shipping. So for all our overseas friends, it is there. Now, just so you know, I'm just going to let you know because I try to be 100% transparent to everybody. I don't know exactly where it is for everybody, but we do know we have family that live in Europe, and we tested it with their address. Now, the shirts basically for the international folks, they will ship. Okay, they do ship overseas. Believe it or not, shipping and handling is only like $4. It's only like $4 and some change from here to Europe. I'm not sure anywhere else, but they do. Okay, they don't get you on the shipping and handling. They increase the cost of the merchandise. For the VAT tax, the value added tax and all the other taxes that happen. So it happens on the front end. So for those of y'all that do want to, we have shirts coming out. As soon as we get one, I'll put one on and I'll show y'all. But if you want to go check them out, they are there on the website. And if anybody is interested, you can, overseas, you can't get them. Otherwise, just so y'all know, many more things are coming as we build and grow with myself and Liz and all of you voices. So please keep an eye out for that. All right. I think that's all we are at for night. That's all the chapters we have. I want to thank everybody for coming on out here tonight. Y'all did amazing. Bobby, I am going to learn a new dance for 100K, or I don't know if we'll do every time we break the record, I might do a special dance. You'll get a button and a dance. So I don't know. We'll figure something out. We'll figure it out. But anyway, again, like I said on the website, we do have coffee cups, we have a sticker pack, and we got some T-shirts right now that we're starting small. We got to see what's happening. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we appreciate you, and we will see you next time. Have a great night, folks. Let's play some music on y'all's way out.